Coming up, we show you how one group in eastern Iowa is aiming to make a difference.
And later, one of the biggest events of the year is about to happen. We went out to see how students are feeling in the days leading up to the big day.
We'll break down Iowa softball's potential route to a Big Ten championship.
And I'll take a look at a couple of seniors' last days as a Hawkeye. I'm not talking about Casey.
Stay tuned to find out more in sports.
It's nearly time to throw out those books and hit the beach. Find out more in this week's weather.
All that and more coming up on this Tuesday morning edition of DITV News.
Don't go anywhere. It all starts right now.
Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Christopher Cervantes.
And I'm Alexis Tansey. Last night, New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman announced his resignation after the New Yorker magazine published allegations of him physically assaulting multiple women. Schneiderman has currently denied these allegations.
As national controversy continues over the Feed a Heartbeat bill, University of Iowa leaders are concerned for the future of some medical programs. In an interview with the Daily Iowan on Friday, UI President Bruce Harold expressed his concerns for the future of the UI's OBGYN programs.
It could actually jeopardize our training and certification. But I don't know that yet. And I think we need to take a look at what's in there, understand what it is, and then decide what are the options. It could well be that it's going to be a tragic step backwards for the medical education.
It is still unclear exactly what impact the bill will have on the medical programs.
Zero Energy Systems, a manufacturing company in Coralville, has cut 40 employees off of their production staff. After filing for bankruptcy in March, there's been an ongoing dispute with Midwest One Bank, which sued Zero Energy Systems, claiming the company owes Midwest One over $16 million. CEO Scott Long says that they are working to gain cooperation from Midwest One, but at this time, the company cannot fulfill the contracts that they had.
The Iowa City Mural Project is creating new opportunities for local artists in downtown Iowa City. With the feeling that public art is disappearing from the community, murals will be painted in the spring and summer of 2018. The goal of these is to develop interest, clean up the area, and increase safety in the alleys. The application for mural proposals will remain open through March 1st, 2019 at www.downtowniowacity.art.com.
It's a season where most spend their days at the pool, but for some, those pool days need to be taken with a little more precaution. DITV News reporter Sydney Zatz has more in our newsroom.
While April is Autism Awareness Month, the East Central Iowa Autism Society is not slowing down. With summer coming up, they are making sure children with autism are safe near the water.
91% of fatalities in children with autism ages 0 to 14 are caused by drowning. About 48% of these kids who have autism wander away from a safe environment or their caretaker.
There's a tendency for children with autism to be fascinated with water, so a lot of times they will go to water. And then it's also very difficult to get swimming lessons for children with autism because you're already running them to therapy appointments and everything else, and then a lot of times to get effective swim lessons they would need to be one-on-one, which can be very expensive.
As a mother of a child with autism, Cook knows the difficult balance of swimming lesson payments on top of other bills. But the East Central Iowa Autism Society is looking to change things for parents like Cook.
We wanted to create a grant program to already have it set up with instructors that have experience with people with autism and that can, effectively teach them just those basic safety skills.
One of the first programs of its kind, Cook hopes to see the expansion of similar programs in the near future.
We hope we can expand this program and maybe use it as a model in other cities to encourage partnerships between autism societies and local swimming organizations so they can teach more kids with autism how to swim.
The program begins in June, and for more information, you can go to eciautismsociety.org. Reporting from the newsroom, Sydney Zatz, DITV News.
We apologize for technical difficulties. Finals week has kicked off and the IMU is offering a variety of free food for students.
Today's options started this morning with carbs and caffeine at 6:30.
Starting at 2 p.m., Student Health and Wellness Health Ninjas will be handing out fruit and granola bars.
And from 7 to 8 p.m., there will be free pizza on the first floor.
From 9 to 10 p.m., there will be free yoga in the South Room.
And finally, at 11 p.m., there will be coffee at the Welcome Center.
For a full schedule of events for the rest of the week, visit the After-Class U Iowa calendar at their website. Alexis, I gotta tell you, it is a good thing we have all those happening today because finals week can be brutal. But you know what isn't brutal right now? The weather.
That's right, Chris. And let's toss it over to Jahisha Thomas in our weather studio for more.
Yes, brutal it has been, but it looks like it's been the home stretch for those finals, but summer is on its way. And now to kick off the day, we start with that charming 76 degrees before lowering into the night with a beautiful, more reasonable 55 degrees. Then looking at our extended forecast, it looks like the weather is prepping us for those summer vibes as we ascend into Wednesday with a better 78 degrees before bowing out with that lovely 57 degrees in the evening. Thursday we hit those glorious 80-degree vibes and soaking in that vitamin D before leaving us with a complimentary 60-degree evening. And Friday, the sun only has good things for us as it beams away with that 80-degree sunshine before we settle into the evening with delightful picnic weather at the low 60s. And gliding into the weekend, the sun begs us to hit the beach as we hit highs of 86 degrees before only descending to a warm 68 degrees. And then wrapping up the weekend, the sun gives us his best life as we relax in that magnificent sunshine, flirting with that 90-degree boundary before graciously leaving us with that illustrious mid-60s weather. So it seems like patience is a virtue as the sun wanted us to wait until we will finish school before it blessed us with its beautiful charm. Took long enough, but it was well worth the wait. Have a fantastic summer, everybody. It's been a pleasure. And back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jahisha. The University of Iowa placed second in the Big Ten's Recyclomania, a national competition which encourages colleges in the United States and Canada to promote recycling and minimize their waste production. The UI placed second in the Big Ten and 37th out of over 300 colleges that participated. The UI has a goal to reach 60% waste diversion by 2020 through Recyclomania and other campus programs. They have managed to divert 49% of its waste from the landfill.
Iowa City has received a $2,500 grant to help boost the monarch butterfly population. Rockwell Collins awarded the grant through their Green Communities program. This fund is an aim to rehabilitate the population, which has been declining due to predators and a lack of milkweed, and among other causes. You can read more in today's Daily Iowa newspaper, where reporter Brooklyn Drazy has more. And our weather anchor Jahisha may be attending school in Iowa, but back in her hometown of London, people are buzzing with excitement about an upcoming event.
To see how students feel about the upcoming wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Jahisha took to the streets to get the scoop.
It may be finals week over in America, but as we travel across the pond back to my homeland, it's only celebrations and joy as we see part 2 of the royal wedding. Yes, I am in fitting occasion as I decided to wear royal blue for this royal occasion of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, best known for her role in Suits. Remember when I got the day off school for the wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton back in 2011? The event is an illustrious occasion which the whole country is a part of, and my guess is that this wedding is only going to be bigger. As Britons rally to be a part of the festives as best as possible, pubs are actively staying open, and even bank holidays or a 3-day weekend is brewing the hype of the pending wedding, and it only begs the question if Americans are just as eager for the upcoming royal wedding.
Don't know what wedding you're talking about.
What do you think about the royal wedding?
I'm excited for the royal wedding.
What do you think about the royal wedding?
I know that the royal wedding is Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. I don't know when it is, but I know that they're really good together and she's super cool and I really like her.
What are your opinions about the wedding?
I actually have no idea what the royal wedding is. I don't know where it's at. I don't know who's even getting married or anything like that. I don't follow any of that.
Okay, so are you guys extending your hours to cater for the royal wedding?
We are not.
Well, it looks like the hype is not anticipated over here as it is across the world, but I'm sure that subconsciously everybody's sending good vibes to the arrival of the royal couple. I'm Jahisha Thomas from the news studio, and back to you guys at the desk.
Chris, the royal wedding is not the only thing that students are talking about here on campus.
That's right, Alexis. On this side of the pond, Hawkeye Sports has had an interesting time. Let's toss over to Jacob and Casey in the sports studio where they have more.
That's right. Well, the weather's been heating up, and so has the baseball team.
Yeah, Jacob, unfortunately, not all of the teams have been seeing that same success.
That's right. Well, the Big Ten softball tournament bracket was announced yesterday, and the path to the championship doesn't look promising.
No, it doesn't, Jacob. Iowa comes in as the bottom seed at number 12. They'll play their first game against the number 5 Ohio State for a chance to play Northwestern, who's seeded number 4.
And if they make it past that, they'd likely face the number 1 seed team, the Michigan Wolverines, in the semifinals.
The odds are definitely not in the Hawkeyes' favor.
Yeah, not looking good for the Hawks, nor for head coach Marla Looper, whose contract with Iowa expires this offseason, and it's not likely we'll see her back next year.
Now to the end of the semester, and along with being stressed to the max from finals, underclassmen can get emotional saying goodbye to their friends for the summer.
But for seniors, it's a little different. For some, it could very well be their last time in Iowa City. I sat down with the women's tennis team who will be saying goodbye to their seniors who couldn't be happier to be ending their careers as Hawkeyes.
Montana Crawford, Zoe Douglas, and Anastasia Reimchen were able to call Iowa their home for all 4 years of their college career, something not a lot of athletes can say. Looking back on the 4 years, they've all played in many Big Ten matchups and tournaments representing the Hawkeyes. My one question for them, what does it mean to you that you were able to spend all 4 years of your college careers as Hawkeyes?
It's been a total honor to play for the Hawkeyes, and I wouldn't have had such a great experience without the adversity that I went through in my first 2 years here, and it really grew me as a person, and it made me fight to get in the lineup, and I eventually did, and it's just been a huge growing experience for me.
It was actually absolutely incredible to be part of these 4 years playing here for the team, for an amazing group of girls, being able to get a great education here, and just develop as a person over these last 4 years on and off court has just been unreal.
It means a lot to me. I mean, giving this opportunity is just everything, and to be able to come here and progress up the line like I did, and come in and not have a spot in the lineup and then come in and progress up and up and up. It was like really good, and it was really fun, and I wouldn't have changed it for the world.
While the team is losing a large chunk of their starting roster, several incoming freshmen will give coach Sasha Schmid options as their new lineup for next year.
Well, that's all we have in the sports studio, and for both of us, this will be our last broadcast at DITV.
That's right, Casey. I will be going into a new major.
And I'll be moving into Wisconsin and graduating to live with my girlfriend.
All right, well, come back tomorrow as we look at some of the team captains here at Iowa and how they approach their role as leaders.
For our final time, guys at the desk, back to you.
Thanks, guys. One Iowan could be the next American Idol. This past weekend, it was announced Clarksville native Maddie Poppy would be moving on to the top 5.
Next week, the top 5 are headed to Nashville to meet country superstar Carrie Underwood. After that, they will perform for a chance to be in the top 3.
If selected, Poppy will have a chance to come to her hometown for a concert and pep rally.
With Taylor Swift's much-anticipated Reputation tour beginning tonight, that didn't stop her from giving back over the weekend in the midst of some last-minute rehearsals.
More than 2,000 foster kids were given a private show from Taylor. Children and their adoptive families were invited to the final dress rehearsal before Swift hits the road.
The experience also included a pizza party courtesy of Taylor and a meet and greet. Swift's tour kicks off tonight in Glendale, Arizona.
While no Des Moines date is currently scheduled, you can find Swift nearby in Chicago, Minneapolis, and Kansas City.
That's all we have for you on this Tuesday morning edition of DITV News.
Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday.
If that is enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out our print edition on stands now.
For DITV News, I'm Alexis Tanzi.
And for my last time, I'm Christopher Cervantes. Have a great day, Iowa City, and good luck on those finals.